From Congo. Awesome. You're my first
Yes.
student from the Congo.
Yeah.
Okay. And Byomungu, what do you do for fun? What do you like to do in your free time?
I like to do almost everything. I
Almost
like to,
everything?
yeah, play some games with friends,
Okay.
computer games, yeah, creating things.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Sabina, welcome to class as well. Sabina, how are you?
Thank you, Joshua. I'm well, thanks.
Nice. That's good to hear. And so, Sabina, what have you done today? What have you done today?
Nothing special. I've done my chores at home uh, because today is Saturday, so I'm not at work and I have time to do something at home, to cook something, to iron, to wash things, and so on.
Okay, so like doing some chores, I guess. Awesome.
Yeah.
Renan, how are you doing?
Hello, fine, thank you.
Hi, Renan. Can you hear me?
Yes, can't you hear me?
Yeah, there's a truck going by and it's really loud. But other than that, I can hear you.
Really? Is
So
it better?
Renan, what was that?
Is it better?
Is it better? I'm sorry, I'm not sure if I understood. Um, but yeah, so again, welcome to class, Renan. And Audie, how's it going?
Doing great, thank you, teacher. How are you?
Okay, that's good. I'm gonna check my volume because that's it. Okay, so yeah, that was my fault. My volume's really low. So Audie, what have you done today?
Um, just working and join some classes already.
Okay,
Yes.
nice.
Nice to see you again, teacher.
Nice to see you too. And Adela, how's it going?
Doing great. Thank you.
And Pachar
Do you
Pacharapa?
do you hear me?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I can't hear you, Adela.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And Pacharapa, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, you pronounce correctly, but you can call me Pat in short. Pat.
Okay. Pat?
Pat, yes.
Okay, cool. And Pat, where are you from?
I'm from Bangkok, Thailand.
Bangkok, Thailand. Okay, cool. Well, welcome to class. Pat, what do you like to do in your free time? What do you do for fun?
I like going to the cinema to see movie, to watch movies.
Okay, nice. Going to the cinema to watch movies. Perfect. And Adela, what have you done today?
Nothing special. Relaxing on holiday.
Okay, nice. That's good. So get to relax a little bit. Renan, what about you? What have you done today?
Oh, is it better? The sound of my voice?
Yeah.
Oh,
Before, I think my microphone or my speakers were really low, so I did
okay.
change.
I've just watched television and chatted with my friends on Facebook and WhatsApp.
Okay. Remember, watched is more
Yeah.
with the T sound. Watched.
Watched.
Good. Okay. Really nice. And I think we're good. Let's get started on today's class. And let's start with Biamungo. Can you read the title and the next few lines?
Did you say something to me?
Yeah, so Biamungo, can you read the title and the next few lines?
Okay. Technology. Today we will talk about what kinds of technology we use most often, what technology will be like in the future, how technology affects and will affect the future.
Good. Very nicely done. And let's go into this. And Byamungu, can you ask Audie the first question?
What type of technology do you use most often in your daily life?
I always use my notebook.
A notebook?
Yeah,
Okay, good. What do you use it for?
I use it for working, work, for work, for communication with friends.
Okay, good. Maybe the only thing I'd say is just and. So just make
Okay.
work and for communication with friends. But other than that, really
Yeah.
good job.
Okay.
Okay. Audie, can you ask Pat the same question?
Pat, what type of technology do you use most often in your daily life?
I always use my mobile phone. I use it for communication with my friends, my parents, and my relatives. And also I use it as ebook reader also.
Nice. Okay. Your mobile phone. Perfect, that's good. And awesome. Let's have Pat. Can you ask Renan the next question?
Okay, Renan, if you could invent a new technology or gadget, what would you create?
I would create a machine or gadget to save time, because we suffer from lack of time nowadays, and it would be awesome to have a day with 30 hours, 40 hours.
Well, 30 or 40 hours. I think I would get really, really tired if I had a day with 30 or 40 hours. But yeah, that's a good machine. Okay. And what about you, Soina? What would you invent?
Uh, I saw a research that was about some plants that were glowing in the dark. I think that if could be possible, I'll invent some technology to allow plants to glow and make light in the dark, so we can save a lot of power and energy.
To make plants glow in the dark?
Yes.
Nice. To save energy is what you said? Did you say time too?
Power.
Save power and energy. Good. Yeah. And if it were possible, we'd probably use the subjunctive there.
Okay.
If it were possible, I would invent. So the conditional statement would just use the subjunctive with were. But really nicely done. Sabina, can you ask Adela the last question?
How do you think technology will change in the future?
Maybe we'll have more automats or robots. They can do something we don't like to do for the jobs more problematics or etc. I think it's a possibility to have a civilization mix between human race and robot race.
Nice. Okay, so a civilization mixed with humans and robots. We're a civilization with a human race and a robot race.
To
That's
share to share your life, their life.
Yeah. All right, nice. I think that's really good. Instead of saying they can do something we don't like to do, they can do things we don't like to do, I would say. And automatons, I think you call them, or robots.
Automatons.
Yeah.
They are a lot of noise of the background.
Yeah, there is a lot of noise in the background. Riyadh, welcome to class. Riyadh, how are you doing?
Hello. Hello. You hear me?
Yeah. And so how's it going? How are you?
It's going great. Hello, everybody.
Okay, and Riyadh, am I pronouncing your name correctly? How do you say your
Yeah.
name?
Yeah, that's fully correct. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Riyadh, just like this. Just Riyadh.
Perfect, Riyadh.
How's it
Nice to
going,
meet
Mr.
you.
Joshua?
It's going very well. Thank you for asking.
Yeah,
Nice
how's
to
it
meet
going, everybody? I hope you're all fine.
Yeah, sure we have.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to meet you all.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, and I think we are with Biamungu. Can you read the title and the words?
The market. Oh, yeah. Vocabulary.
Yeah, and the words?
Okay, technologically, safely, innovator, advance, breakthroughs, impact, technology, state of the art, guarded, appliance. I don't know if it's right.
It's okay. There's some tricky words here. So let's look at the first one, vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Yeah, so pronounce it like this. So vocabulary. Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
So yeah. Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Good. And then we have technologically.
Technologically.
Yeah, technologically. Savvy.
Savvy.
Good. Can you repeat the whole thing? Technologically savvy?
Technology savvy.
Yeah, so tech, na, logically.
Technological savvy.
Good, technologically savvy. And then innovator. Innovator.
Innovator.
Yeah, innovator. And then we'd have breakthrough. Breakthrough.
Breakthrough.
Good. And then technophile.
Technophile.
Yeah, technophile. Technophile. Can you repeat?
Technophile. Yeah,
Good.
technophile.
And then state. State of the art.
State of the art.
Good. Gadget. Gadget.
Gadget.
Good. And appliance. Appliance.
Appliance.
Yeah. Whoop. Appliance. Good. And yeah, maybe I think that's good. Does anybody have any questions on this page?
Yeah, maybe you could tell us what all words means?
Yeah. Okay. Technologically savvy. Who knows what technologically savvy means?
Intelligent or smart
Um, yeah. So it'd be
technology?
educated about technology. So able to use computers well. And so, Damongu, I'm gonna mute you because it sounds like there's a lot of background noise where you are. So just for now. And what about innovator? Who can tell me what an innovator is? Anybody?
Someone who invent something.
Yeah.
Or
So
create
make
something.
something new. Yeah, creates something new. For sure. What about an advance? What's an advance?
Something comes forward,
Yeah,
comes
something,
first.
I guess maybe we could say when something moves forward,
Yeah, that's it.
becomes more complex, perhaps, or functions better. So that's an advance, is when something moves forward, it changes for the better. Um, okay. And what about breakthrough? Who can explain what a breakthrough is?
A really important discovery that opens a lot of door in terms of innovation and new technology, maybe.
Yeah. New technology. That could definitely be perfect. So a breakthrough is an important discovery that opens a lot of new doors. So it's like the first new thing in a line of other things, perhaps. But like a major advance would be a big breakthrough, a really large advance. What about impact?
The consequences that something has, um, for instance, on the environment or in the life of human beings.
Yeah, exactly. So the consequences that something has, that's perfect. Really good job. What's a technophile?
One who loves technology madly.
Yeah, technology. Perfect. So somebody who loves technology. State of the art? What's state of the art?
The advanced knowledge.
It's advanced knowledge.
Isn't it?
I think it's like the most modern, either technology, material. So something that's state of the art is the newest thing. The newest thing is state of the art. What about gadget? What's a gadget? Any ideas? Adela, what's a gadget?
Is same a dispositif, a device, no? A device, more or less, or
Yeah, a device, more or less. Can you give me an example of a gadget?
is, for example, in the on the kitchen, for example, a mixer, or I don't know exactly,
Okay.
because it's
I think that's good. That might be more of an appliance. It's also a gadget to some extent. Gadgets are usually smaller than appliances. So a gadget might be a cell phone or a laser pointer, something
yes,
small.
it's a short appliance. Is for example a fridge or no, maybe it's.
Yeah, so a device and a gadget and appliance are all very similar. Appliances are generally for bigger things, but they can be for cell phones too. You could call that an appliance. But like home appliances would be the refrigerator, the blender, the toaster oven, things like that. So electronic things that you use like that. And gadgets are more cell phones and small electronic items, not necessarily with your home. Hopefully that makes sense. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, let's go to the next page. And let's try to fill these in. Let's start with Audie. Can you try the first one?
Okay. Sometimes simpler forms of technology are more effective than cutting-edge solutions that can be less reliable.
Good. Can you repeat reliable?
Reliable.
Good. Reliable. And solutions.
Solutions.
Good. Solutions. And let's have Pat. Can you try the next one?
One difficulty for consumers is that if they invested in new technology, it may quickly become outdated or obsolete.
Yeah.
Obsolete.
Obsolete. Good. Really good correction, Pat. Okay, and Riyadh, can you try the next one?
Okay. I think it's the internet connection generation has a considerable advantage of people from an older generation who sometimes find it difficult to adapt to new technologies.
Not quite. It's a little bit different.
Yeah. Digital out native?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been digital native.
Yeah, so the digital native generation. What's the digital native?
Digital native, you are a speaker, an English speaker, native speaker, English speaker, right?
Yes.
So
Well,
I think, yeah, we learned that someone native, he has the mother language, he's English or anything. Yeah. So
okay,
digital native should be mean what?
Yeah, what do you think?
Digital native. I mean, so he has grown up in a digital world.
Exactly. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. And Savina, what about the next one?
Not everyone, however, is equally enthusiastic about these advances, and some technophobes even refuse to own a mobile phone.
Perfect. One thing with the pronunciation of mobile, in the United States we'd say mobile.
Mobile.
Yeah,
Okay.
and if you're in England, it's mobile.
Okay.
Mobile. But yeah, for the United States, it's just the mobile phone. But really good job. Adela, what about the next one? Yeah.
One example of how new technology can harm more traditional industries is the negative impact ebooks are having in old-fashioned publishing.
Good. Can you repeat publishing? Publishing?
Publishing.
Good. Publishing. And Audie, what about the last one?
This can be seen by in just 20 years, most people expect to have an internet connections and are disappointed if it not broadband.
Good. Disappointed. Disappointed.
Okay. Disappointed.
Yeah, disappointed.
Disappointed.
Good. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. And let's talk about this. Let's have Fat. Can you read the first part of the first paragraph? So can you read
Yes, I can read it. Optimistic Um, Assumptions are made by proponents of ideologies like transhumanism, which view technological development as generally having beneficial effects for the society and the human condition. In these ideologies, technological development is morally good.
Good. So can you repeat society?
Society.
Good. And let's have Riyadh. What's happening in this first paragraph? Can you explain it? What's happening here?
Optimistic assumptions are made by
Okay.
I should read it first.
Okay.
Technology. Does it mean by optimistic assumptions? I mean, good ideas, or I mean, good future ideas, or something like this?
Optimistic assumptions is like positive forecasts, or if you assume something, you
Yeah.
believe it's going to happen, and an optimistic assumption is just like a positive view of a future possibility.
Can we say hypotheses instead of assumptions?
Yeah. Yes. So optimistic hypotheses. Yep.
Yeah, are made by proponents of ideologies like transhumanism. I think it's a kind of new vocabulary that I'm not coming on with.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
So a proponent is like a supporter, and an ideology is a system of beliefs. So an ideology would be a system of belief.
Transhumanism?
It's just a specific ideology. So a way of believing. And so their transhumanisms are just people who view technological developments as generally having beneficial effects for society and the human condition. What's that mean? So they view technological developments as generally having beneficial effects.
Does that mean, does it mean that taking technology in our lives and living with technology positively, exactly?
Yeah, exactly. So they think that technology affects people and society in a good way. So technology makes things good.
Yeah, this is very right, and surely it has some kind of not good things, but it's very cool thing, I think, especially when we use it very in a good way and positively.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
but yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. Let's have Savina. Can you read this next little paragraph?
Some critics see these ideologies as examples of scientism and utopianism and fear the notion of human enhancement and technological singularity, which they support. Some have described Karl Marx as a techno-optimist.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is tricky. So utopianism?
Utopianism.
Yeah. So see these ideologies: scientism, techno-utopianism, fear the notion of human enhancement and technological singularity, which they support. Okay. And so what's happening here? Ken, welcome to class. Ken, how's it going?
Yes, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. Alright, and so maybe Sabina, can you explain this section?
maybe there is someone that doesn't believe in technology and thinks that we are going to achieve are like utopia and maybe technology is promising something that it won't reach in the future, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe also the communist system is like technology nowadays, and as communism has failed, they think that also technology will fail in the future.
Yeah, I think that's to some extent a really good interpretation. So critics think that people trust technology too much. They think that people believe that technology will create a utopia and that this will kind of have negative effects. So things like human advancement would be like genetics. So people who kind of fear that genetics are maybe dangerous to play with, stem cell research, things like that. So people who believe that technology might have too much faith in the positives.
Maybe technology is doomed to have the same destiny of communism and the Karl Marx theory.
Yeah, I think, that's a lot of what it is. That's good. Adela, can you read this next part?
On the somewhat skeptical side are certain philosophers like Herbert Marcuse and John Sarson who believe that technological society are inherent flaws. They suggest that the inevitable result of such a society is become ever more technological at the cost of freedom and psychological health. Many, such as Luditis and prominent philosopher Martin Herbert, also hold serious reservations about technology.
Good. Can you repeat Luddites?
Luddites.
Yeah, Luddites. Inherently.
Inherently.
Good. And yeah, Riyadh, thanks and have a good day. Societies, Adela. Societies.
Societies.
Yeah. Societies. And I think that was good. Oh, maybe suggest. Suggest.
Suggest.
Yeah, suggest.
Suggest.
Okay. And so, Audie, what's happening here?
Okay, right here a lot of vocabularies that I want to ask actually. And like Luddites.
Luddites. Luddites are people. So it's a historical group of people who destroyed mills in England because they lost their jobs to the machines in the mills. And so Luddite has become a term that describes all people who are afraid of machines, technology, and technological advancement. So it's become a broad term about this historical group who were generally a small group of people who just destroyed mills in England. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's clear enough. How about inherently?
Okay, inherently. That's a good one. And does anybody know what inherently would be?
Inherently is when it's in the person or in the people is inside is sorry is not learning is you have this only for when you're born.
Yeah.
Is
That's good. I mean, that's exactly what it is, Adela. So,
I don't can explain the.
so something that's inherent is like your basic being. So you could say that leaves are inherently green. They don't learn how to be green. They just are green. So inherent is just in your most basic sense.
And another is inevitable. Inevitable. I cannot. Okay.
Inevitable. Inevitable.
Inevitable. Inevitable.
So inevitable. Inevitable.
Inevitable. Okay.
Yeah, inevitable. What's inevitable mean? Does anybody know?
Sorry. What is?
Inevitable means you can't escape from this.
Yeah.
You have to face it.
So inevitable, it's going to happen no matter what. Will happen no matter what. You can't escape. You can say inescapable. Inevitable is something that definitely will happen. Does that make sense, Audie?
Yes.
Okay. And any other questions?
I think that's it.
Okay. Can you explain what's happening in the paragraph?
I think what happened in this graph is many people are afraid or have reservations, have doubts about the technology that about the new technology because they gonna lose their job, and kind of that. Am I correct?
I think that's good. Pat, can
Okay.
you explain any more? Do you think you've got anything else to add?
I think it's very difficult to explain because I think for people might fear to live with technology in the future. I'm not sure. I have no idea. Sorry.
Okay. No, I think that's. What about Savina? What do you think?
I think that or, and I think that for some extent it's true. We are going to lose our freedom because of technology, and also they say our psychological health. And I think that this statement sometimes is true because you can see a lot of people here in Italy. Almost young people that are always with their cell phone in their hands to check out messages and so on, and they don't speak to each other, and they live only for this technology, and they don't have a real social life, but they live their virtual life maybe.
Nice.
And sometimes it's not good for our psychological health because a lot of people, I think that they don't have clear what real life is because they are used to their social network during the day all the time.
Nice. Awesome. During the day, all the time. That's really, really good. I think that's awesome, Savina. Okay, and I think we're pretty good here. Let's go on. Let's actually talk about this a little bit more. I'm going to make a new page. Hold on one second. And so, Adela, what side are you on? What do you think about technology? Do you think it's inherently good, or do you think it's bad? Do you think it causes problems? What problems do you think it causes?
I think they are pro and cons. Same to the debate. in the last slide, because technology, information in a good technology, information can travel around the world as the transhumance, no. But this globalization is all people same, but they are not same all people, and this is maybe uh, uh, this globalization affect all different societies. Is a problem. You can say what is the problem for example, when the revolution in the Orient Revolution, you can the information at moment, but for governments they are problems. They cut. I think technology has pro and cons. Is a can use the government can use this technology to have a big brother, no? As a Orwell in 1984. I think can be a problem. We are very controlled for the I don't know what is the company, the government. I don't know. No, they have all information about people, but we think this is freedom. I don't. I have my reservation.
Okay, yeah. So definitely there could be a lot of different problems with it. It has its pros and cons. But yeah, definitely having a reservation. So you're kind of in the middle. Adi, what do you think? Do you think it's good, bad, in the middle? What do you think about technology?
Of course, there is a good or and there is also unbeneficial for us to use the technology
Unbeneficial.
for unbeneficial.
Unbeneficial, I'm not sure if that's a word. I mean, it makes sense. So it just sounds really unbeneficial. Yeah. Yeah. I suppose so.
Okay. There are also there is a good thing and there is also bad thing about the technology. For example, mhm.
Okay, so can you keep going?
Okay. For example, just for example, nowadays people spend a lot on their computers and their mobile phones. So it's how to put it in English? Spend a lot of time. um, and, sometimes it can, sometimes the, how do I say, to doesn't care about surrounding people, about surround them.
Sometimes they are oblivious.
Oblivious to
Others?
others. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, yeah, so sometimes people are oblivious to other people. They don't pay attention because they're always on their cell phones or their computers. Yeah. All right. And Pat, what about you? What do you think? Good, bad, in the middle?
From my opinion, I think it's good uh, for advanced technology because this is the uh, capitalism era, so we have to reach the data in business or in your lesson from the class as fast as possible and as early as possible. So the 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 people who can reach that data first have have better opportunity to success.
Okay, so the people who can access data the fastest have the best opportunity for success.
Yes.
Okay, good. So yeah, technology is really good. It allows us to access information quickly, securely, and that's really good as far as business is concerned. Yeah. All right. I think this is great. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay.
No.
And let's do this. And see you later, Adela. Thanks for coming in. Okay, and let's have Sabina. Can you read the comic?
There aren't any icons to click. It's a chalkboard.
Good. And so what's happening here, Sabina?
The boy that is in front of the board thinks that it's a screen of a computer, but it's only a board, and he has to write with the chalk and not to click on icons.
Yeah, so he has to write with chalk, and he can't click on icons. Yeah,
I have to say that also in Italy we don't have boards anymore, because we have big screens in school, and they have this technological board that connects with the internet.
Yeah, which is so cool. The smart boards are awesome. Yeah, I kind of missed the smart board revolution. Maybe I had like one class, I think, that we had something like a smart board. But yeah, very cool. And Adi, what do you think about this? Do you think it's good, technology in the classroom?
Yeah, I think this boy is digital native, so
Yeah.
And it's already become an issue too. An issue also, it already also become an issue that nowadays a lot of school replace some manual things to become more technological, like they replace handwriting with teaching I mean keyboard with keyboard. They replace handwrite with keyboard.
Yeah, maybe
Typing.
typing.
Yes, that's right. With typing.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. Really good answer. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay. Let's go to this next one. Let's skip that. Skip that too. Okay, let's try this. And let's have Pat. Can you read this little blurb?
Yes. Science fiction writers like Jules Verne have always written about incredible scientific advances like submarines and space travel years before such things were thought possible.
Okay, and Sabina, can you ask Pat this question right here?
When you were a child, what science fiction technologies did you think you would see by 2014?
I think we have to prove that where the alien come from. We have to use technology to help us about alien.
You have to use technology to what?
To assist us about where the alien from.
Where aliens are from. Okay, so this is good. I think maybe we would say when I was a child, I thought we would have figured out where aliens came from by 2014. Can you repeat that last sentence that I typed in the chat box, Pat?
Okay, when I was a child, I thought we would have figured out where aliens came from by 2014.
Good. Nice. And Sabina, what about you? What did you think you would see by the time we hit 2014?
I think that I had never this thought, but when I was a child, there were a lot of cartoons with big robots, so maybe I would have thought that in the future we would see a lot of robots in the streets.
Good. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So lots of robots. What about you, Adi? What would you have thought back when you were a child?
When I were, it's not a little, not a very, not a child. When I were about teenager, when I was about 11 years old, I was thought about that 2014, not 2014 exactly. In the future, I would like to see the real, like how do I say it is in Star Wars. um, how do I say the like? How do I say it in English? Uh, White sharp? No,
Like space travel?
I don't know. Let me. It's like a sword, like sword,
Oh,
like
the
blade
lightsaber.
or something. Yes.
Lightsabers?
Yeah,
Okay.
lightsabers, yes. And I only see by the movie in 2015. It's a big, it's a big disappointment.
Wait, excuse me?
So in fact, I only can see the lightsabers in the movie. In 2014, there will a new movie of Star Wars.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I guess you can still only see them in the movies for sure.
Yes.
All right. And Adi, can you ask Pat the next question?
Pat, do you think that science fiction writers influenced by the advances technology? Why or why not? Or not?
Yes, I think uh, they are absolutely influenced the advances in technology because they created the imagination for people to think out of the frame.
Okay. So they allowed people to, like, with their imagination, they allowed people to think outside of the box.
Yes, think
One
outside the
thing,
box.
they are absolutely influential. Oh, or you could say they
Okay.
absolutely influence. So they
They
are influential
yeah,
or they influence.
they influence.
Yeah. So they absolutely influence then.
Yeah, yes, they absolutely influence.
Yeah. Good. And what do you think, Sabina?
Yes, I think that they had a big impact on the breakthroughs we had these years, because sometimes it's very good for human beings to dream about something and to try to achieve these dreams and to make them come true.
Yeah. Them come true. That was really good. All right. Yeah, really nicely done. And so does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions here? All right. So unfortunately, we're just about out of time. If anybody has any last questions, feel free to ask them. Does anybody want this slide? I can post it in the chat box. Does anybody want this slide saved?
Yes, I want.
Okay. So it'll take just a minute, but I'll get it in the Google chat in just a second. And yeah, thanks for coming in too, guys. Just bear with me while I put it into the chat box. I'm running a little bit slow. Come on.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.